Hi everyone, I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. So today's video is going to be a review on a product that I've been trying out for the past 2 weeks, I'd say. This review is going to be really in-depth, so it might be a long video. I hope you guys don't mind. So if you guys want to see any reviews on any other products, just leave me a comment below and I would love to try a product out for you and give you guys my feedback. So this might be a long video, so I'm just going to get started. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if it was helpful for you and subscribe. And I hope you all enjoy, and let's just get started. The product that I'm going to be reviewing today is this one right here. This is the WearTalc-Free Mineral Airbrushing Pressed Powder by Physicians Formula, and I'll just give you a close-up view of it. Really pretty packaging. I mean, I like the packaging. I like how you can see the product inside. This also has a little brush that it comes with as well, and you get a mirror. So when you first buy the product, this is pretty much what it'll look like. I have used this one, so it has a little bit of a dent in it, so you can see that it just has some nice embossed waves in there. It's really pretty. This product retails for $29.95 at my local Priceline. The reason why I wanted to try this out was because of the review that I watched that I mentioned just before. The way that it worked on the person's skin and how it looked, the coverage of it I was blown away, and I really wanted to try this out. This is pretty much a mineral foundation, something you would get from Bare Minerals or something like that. It's a mineral foundation, so it's the sort of thing where you shouldn't have to use a foundation or anything with it because it acts as your foundation. This only comes in 2 shades, I believe, and I have them both. The first one is translucent, which is the lighter shade. You can see I've hit pan on this one, and the other one is in creamy natural, which is too dark for me. But when you're looking at the shades like side by side, they don't really look too much different. This one has a bit more of a pinky undertone to it, this one has a bit more of a yellow undertone to it. So this is the creamy natural and this is the translucent. But the translucent one does suit my skin tone better. It is still a little bit too dark for me. I do have to use a bronzer to make sure it blends into my neck properly, but it's not too bad. If anyone has very pale skin, I would not recommend trying this, not because of the product, but because of the shades that they have. If you have really, let's say if you're a redhead, if you have really pale skin, I don't really think you're going to find a colour that matches you. I was pretty sure that they had 3 shades, but I looked on the website and they only had 2 options, so yeah. But you can just go to your local store that carries Physicians Formula, see which one could match you better. When I was using the creamy natural, which is the darker shade, I used a white powder over the top to sort of tone down the colour a bit more, and it did work very nicely, but I think you have to use the right powder with it to make it look natural and still have the finish of this on your face. I'm just going to go through all the things that I like about this product, all the things that I don't like about it, how it wears on the face, and so on and so forth. When I first applied this product, I tried to use my Sigma Kabuki brushes. I used the Sigma Round Kabuki F82, which is just a round brush, and I also tried the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80, which is the same brush, just has a flat top. I didn't really feel like they worked as well as the next brush. This is the Real Techniques stippling brush. It's a very short bristled brush. They don't really have that much movement, but I love to use this when applying the Physicians Formula foundation. I think this works flawlessly with it. It buffs it into the skin so well and it creates a nice even finish. Whereas the Sigma brushes, I don't really feel like it blends in the product as well as the Real Techniques one does. But again, they might work for you, but I didn't really enjoy them too much, but I prefer to use the Real Techniques brush. I believe this brush is about $25, but they do have sales on these brushes all the time. But I definitely recommend using this. You couldn't, if you're on a tight budget and you wanted to try the E.L.F stippling brush, I don't really think you could use this just because the bristles aren't as tightly packed together. So this brush is more fluffy and flexible, whereas this one is a lot more precise in where you put the product and blending it in. You could maybe use a flat, just a normal powder brush. I know that E.L.F has one just like this. This is the Napoleon Perdis one, but they have a brush very similar to this, which I think might work well, but again, like this brush, I think this one might be a bit too flexible to be able to blend in the product nicely onto your skin. This lasts for a very, very long time. I usually start work at about 4:45, so I'm up at about 4 o'clock in the morning doing my makeup, and I finish work at about 1, and then I come home and relax and watch YouTube videos. So I'm pretty much wearing foundation for about 12 to 16 hours every day, so I really need a foundation that's going to last and look flawless throughout the day. I don't have to completely take my makeup off and start over again. I just need to touch up, and that's it. That's what I'm looking for in a foundation. I also want it to be full coverage and have a really nice finish. But this foundation lasts a very, very long time. It does get oily very quickly, which is one thing that I noticed, but when the foundation's pretty much just had enough and it's eventually going to come off, it just sort of fades away. It doesn't really become patchy or anything. It just sort of fades off your skin, so it looks like you just have a light coverage foundation on. I'd have to say that this does go a bit ashy when you apply too much, especially in just this part of my cheeks. It does get a bit ashy there, but I mean, if you just don't apply a lot of it and you'll be fine. This does a good job at keeping the oiliness on my face at bay. The only places where I get oily is in my T-zone. The cheeks of my face, sometimes my chin can get a bit oily. Usually the large portion of my forehead does get oily, but it's mainly around my nose and chin and just the center part of my forehead that gets really oily. I only really notice the oil just around the sides of my nose here, and it can look a little cakey, but as soon as you apply this, it gets rid of the oil and it works very, very well, and it doesn't look cakey or anything. But as I said, if you do apply too much, it will look a bit ashy on you. One thing I like about this product is that when you need to touch up throughout the day, it doesn't look like you've piled on another layer of foundation or mineral powder or whatever. It does look really, really nice. I did notice that this accentuated my pores a lot. Even when using the Benefit Professional, I did notice that the pores above my lip were very, very noticeable. Before I started using this powder, I only applied the Professional to the sides of my nose here and my cheek area because that's where I noticed them more. But then when I was using this powder, I did notice that the pores above my lip were very, very prominent, and even when using the Professional to cover them, it still accentuated my pores quite a lot. That's one big downside to it that I don't really like. I like the finish of this foundation. It does give a sort of satiny finish, but that it only gives me that finish in the T-zone area of my face, just because I suppose the foundation is mixing in with the oils of my skin, so it gives that sort of luminosity to it, whereas around the perimeters of my face it's a bit more matte. With this product, I recommend definitely giving your face a really good wash before you use it. I noticed that it applies a lot harder, it doesn't blend into the skin as well, and it doesn't last as long throughout the day. The ashiness can sort of occur a bit more if the face isn't very well cleaned. I noticed too that when I applied too much to my skin, I could feel those patches of my skin feeling really dry and tight. I think people who have really, really dry skin might have a bit of difficulties with this product, but I think if you use a really, really, really good moisturizer with it, you'll be fine. Whenever I had a blemish, when I used this product, it covered up the blemish extremely well. However, those days where I had very prominent ones, I did need to use a concealer first. Sometimes I get really dry skin around my blemishes, and I did notice that the powder did sort of accentuate the dryness of my skin and make it look a bit more flaky, which I didn't like. It does take a while to buff into your skin. I'd have to say you do have to sort of work section by section and really, really buff it in. I'll have a clip at the end of the video showing you how I applied. Necessarily one of those products where you can just slap on and it'll work for you. You definitely have to work with it and blend it into your skin really nicely, otherwise it's not going to look as good. The one thing that I absolutely love about this foundation is the coverage. That was one thing that completely blew me away with this product. Not only does it give a really nice finish to the face, it lasts a long time, but it's a very full coverage product. You can make it medium coverage. I think you might have a little bit of trouble making it light coverage, but I definitely think it's a medium to buildable coverage. This covers my freckles. I don't need to use a concealer first and then over the top to conceal my freckles, which is what I love. However, when I do get blemishes that are very, very prominent, I do find that I need to use a concealer first. I definitely recommend using a primer with this product, just because if you don't have anything on your skin first, whether it's a moisturizer or anything, definitely feel like this product doesn't look as nice as it does. I think a primer will definitely help the longevity of it. I didn't try it without a primer, so I'm not too sure how it would last. But the primer that I used with it was the one that I've been using for months now. It's the L'Oreal Paris Lumi Magique base. This has a sort of iridescence to it, so it does give you that sort of satiny, dewy look. They do have another one of these powders. It's in a different packaging, and the product itself has sort of like the skin tone color with a bit of white powder mixed into it. It's more like a mosaic sort of look. I do want to try that one, but I'm not too sure if it has a very good coverage or not. But in my overall opinion, I absolutely love this product. I recommend it to everyone. However, the downsides to it, with its color range, I don't really think you'll find a good color if you have really, really light or pale skin. This doesn't really oxidize throughout the day. I didn't really notice it as well, but if you do have pale skin and you try this out, I definitely think that you'll get more of an orangey tone to it just because of the color of the powder. I do love this product. I definitely recommend it if you want to try it. If you think that you can match these up well to your skin, even if you have to apply a bit of bronzer to match it to your neck or to your chest area, I definitely think that this product is worth giving a try. It's your foundation and your concealer in one. Unless you have a really prominent blemish, then you'll probably want to try a concealer first. But for the coverage, for the whole one product, I love it. I think this is a great product to have. I think it's so simple. It's something, if you're on vacation, you don't want to bring a lot of makeup with you. You just need a powder. Bring a concealer if you want. Bring another concealer to highlight under your eyes, and you're good to go for your face. I definitely think that this does deserve a lot more hype. No way anyone else has said anything about this product because it is so amazing. I love it. I will continue to repurchase it. I think it's a brilliant product. It has amazing coverage. It lasts for a really, really long time, and I love the finish of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review of this product. I hope it was helpful for you, and I hope it gave you some insight into a new product that you could possibly try. Give it a go, see if it works for you. Let me know in the comments below if you try it and how it works for you. I'd love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been waiting to do this review for a very, very long time because I really wanted to tell you guys about this product and how much I love it. So I hope you all have